Hello there. Well, this video is going to be, I'm trying to have a conversation because I've been having some thoughts. Oh, by the way, this is Great Life Coaching. Thanks so much for watching. So, Uvalde. Yes, I'm still on that. We have conversations on gun control. All sorts of things are going on in the media that they're talking about. And one thing that we talk about that we need in this country is mental health, and they're not specific. So how can we incorporate more mental health in America? Um, it's going to be a hard one because when you're an adult and you go to work and you say you need a mental health day, people judge you. Um, you don't know how to find a counselor or a therapist. There's a lot of hurdles you have to pass in order to get to a point where you're ready for counseling or therapy. You got to be ready yourself. You got to be ready to talk to somebody, and that can be hard if you've never done it. And so this video is not really for adults in our time. This video is for parents and teachers, people in that field, because the future, the kids, they're the ones we have to focus on. They're the ones that need to be comfortable discussing their feelings, talking about things, going to therapy. That's got to be a norm in school. So one thing that I've noticed, because I have a young daughter who's going from kindergarten to first, right? And they do a lot of work, y'all. From 7:30 to like 3, they're learning. They're in a classroom. They get some exercise, but it's not really enough. And then you find out what they eat for lunch and breakfast, and it's just like, I don't know. When I'm 45, and when I was going to elementary school, our meals were way better, right? And that has a lot to do with how you learn, your nourishment. But here's some things they took away that they probably need to bring back: PE and recess. Now, I remember in elementary school, from kindergarten all the way through 5th grade for the area I grew up, every morning before school started, we would be outside playing. We'd be burning energy already. Then you have a couple classes. Then you go to PE. Then you have a couple classes. You go to lunch. Then you have class, or and when I say a couple classes, they were short, 30-minute, maybe 45-minute classes. And before school ended, we would have another, free session where we go outside and play, or go to the gym. So here's how this helps kids, because kids, even adults, you get bored with stuff fast. So you could be sitting in class all day, and that's not good for development because they have a lot of energy. They need motor skills training. They need socialization. All that's done while playing. Kids learn socialization through playing and through watching other people play and watching adults interact with each other. Those are important life skills that they are lacking because in school they just kind of took that away. Another thing that I think they really need to incorporate, and I might be biased because psychology is my realm, is they need to teach these kids how to manage, cope, and how to recognize their feelings. And it can be simple, like mad, sad, glad, happy, in elementary school. Matter of fact, we had times in elementary school where the teacher felt like we were too hyper and we just had a break, whatever. So to calm us down, we would play Heads Up, 7 Up. Lights go off, we would all put our heads down, and we'd have our thumbs up, and one student or teacher, whoever, would walk around and put a thumbs down, and you had to guess who put your thumb down. But in reality, what you're doing is you're learning how to calm yourself. You dim the lights down, put your head down, you breathe. Some people would even fall asleep, and it's a good way to calm you down. That's a good way that we mental health providers teach how to calm down. Just lay down in the dark room in your own thoughts, just focus on your breathing, and it helps you relax. Not for everybody, but for some. Then when you get to middle school, and in middle school, we had PE. Um, we didn't have any more recess. We had lunch. But the cool part of middle school, for me at least, is you have different periods. I don't remember how many it was, been so long ago, but you have 6 or 8 periods. You go to class for 45 minutes. Bell rings, you get up, walk to another class. Bell rings, get up. There's like movement throughout the day. And you start having electives. I had band, so I look forward to band. That's like 45 minutes of learning how to play an instrument. I thought it was cool. They would have pep rallies. There's a lot of socialization, involvement, and movement in middle school. But for mental health, right here, you could start teaching them a little bit more, elaborating on happy. You could, talk about what makes you happy, what brings the difference between joy and happiness, how not to let things bother you so much, more ways of relaxing, more ways of coping, discussing things, and that helps. Maybe even do groups that helps to open up to maybe you have a student who's not doing well in school, and it turns out they're having problems at home. Maybe both their parents work. One's not always home, and when the parents are stressed and they're always working, that rolls downhill and it affects the kids just the same. So when you get to high school, I would even offer psychology. I wouldn't call it psychology though. I would just call it like well-being or life class or something like that. Because you're almost an adult. You don't know exactly what you're going to do in life, but you can teach them skills to help them cope in life. You can teach them how to find resources to get counseling. You can introduce them to more psychology if that's what they want later on. Just have examples of what to do when you're stressed, what to do when you're happy, how to recognize that you're not everything's going to go your way. You're not always going to be happy. There's going to be pain. There's going to be suffering, but it's not forever. And I really think if you add some things like that, and I'm sure other people have more ideas, to school, they'll be, I don't guarantee it, but we'll be better off in the future. Maybe it's not going to affect now, it's going to affect the future generation. So we're going to go through a generation of school shooters and suicides and people that are reclusive, and the list goes on and on. People that take their anger and hate out at their job rather than, or with their spouse or partner rather than letting it out healthy. There's a lot of things going on right now that just, if you let it get to you, then the other people's mental health will affect you. Just some ideas. As you know, in high school, man, you take a lot of classes that you don't use in the outside world. I've never used pre-cal. I've never used trigonometry, and I have a master's degree. I've just never used that kind of, unless you're going to go into the sciences, and just I don't know. Just we're pushing too much for the wrong type of education. We don't have students or kids that become adults and they don't know how to balance your checking account. They don't understand how billing works. They don't understand how to interact with people. There's a lot of life skills that they're not taught, that they just assume the parents are going to teach. And to be honest with you, if the student is lucky enough to come from a nuclear family, I can almost guarantee you both parents are working. If they come from a single family, well, obviously that one person that's taking care of them is working. The parents nowadays don't have the time. It's not their fault. It's hard to make a living out here. Everything's so expensive. I have a friend that posts a lot of things on Facebook, and she brings up the fact that, okay, I'm middle-aged, so let me go over how I think still, which is probably wrong, but when I was 18, 19, I could find an efficiency apartment, which is like a bedroom / kitchen / bathroom all in one kind of area, for about $350. Good luck finding that now. I mean, from what I understand, 2-bedroom apartment is probably like $2,000 depending what your what area you're in. That's more than I pay for my mortgage. And that's just crazy. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching Great Life Coaching. Please like, subscribe, give me ideas, give me comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree? We got to do something. It's not gonna, whatever we do, obviously it's not gonna take effect tomorrow. But we have to do something for the next generation. I don't want to be in my 70s thinking we still haven't done anything. That wouldn't be good. Anyway, see y'all later. Thank you so much. Goodbye.